Alright, guys, so I got another movie for you today, and today we're going to be looking at It Feeds. Now, this came out this year, actually. Very, very brand new movie. You guys can go check it out right now. It's starring Ashley Greene, Shawn Ashmore, and among many others. So, again, I know most people know Ashley Greene from obviously the Twilight series. Shawn Ashmore, mainly what I know him from is from X-Men. We even have a supernatural actor in here, Julian Richings. He's in here as well. So the entirety of this movie is you have where this clairvoyant therapist, who Ashley Greene plays, she is able to go into people's minds. She's not only a therapist, she's a medium and among many other things. And the character she plays, Cynthia, has a daughter by the name of Jordan who works with her and pretty much, I would say, very close to having the same abilities she has, but hasn't been able to explore them fully yet. And they have this unknown girl show up at their house, and she's claiming something is attached to her. And when she asks for help, the dad shows up, who's played by Shawn Ashmore, claiming they don't need help. But of course, to Jordan, she wants to figure out more what's going on, and when she does, she bargains, gets more than what she bargains for, because she gets captured by Shawn Ashmore's character, and he is feeding whatever is attached to his daughter, because apparently whatever this thing is, it somehow got a hold of his wife. And we find this later out in the movie, where she was I'm assuming helping in other countries, and she was a humanitarian, and it attached itself onto her, and it basically fed off her spiritually, emotionally, physically, where her body was just decaying, and then it lashed itself on to their daughter. And then when Jordan is trying to escape, you see where he accidentally kills his own daughter, and this entity attaches itself onto Jordan, and Cynthia is having issues confronting that this is actually going on. And when she finally does, it causes more issues because she wants to know exactly what she's dealing with, and also having to face her own demons, because we find out in the movie that her husband had this ability like she did, and came across something very similar, and his patient ended up dying. The town blamed him for it, and he ended up taking his own life. And it really messed up the family. It really did. It really messed up the family. And what we find out is we see where she's having to deal with her own demons. She has to somehow be able to deal with her own demons. So when her daughter gets abducted yet again from Shawn Ashmore's character, she has to find wherever her daughter is, and then be able to face this demon and face her own demons as well. And what she does is she goes in her daughter's mind, faces the death of her husband, and then faces this unknown demon by going into its memory. And from what we can see within the film, it's very old, it's very ancient, and it may come from something of a Viking background, because it's very interesting, because every time when Cynthia goes into the mind of one of her patients, she dresses a certain way. It's very elegant, she looks very beautiful, and then her daughter I guess takes after her mom in that way, but then she starts dressing almost like a Viking woman would in this demon's head. And then when she does that, her daughters enters the fray, so they can take on this demon together. And when they do, they're able to somehow defeat it, but not also having the scars literally worn on them. And then Cynthia teaching her daughter to not only face the past, face her own personal demons, and also, I would say, walk in her parents' footsteps. So overall, I would say it's a very good movie. It's very intense. It's very um, dramatic. It's very much of a good paranormal thriller horror movie, and I actually enjoyed myself with this one. It's really hard for me anymore to find a decent horror movie, and I have other horror movies I'm going to be going over as well. So as of right now, I think that this movie is actually the first decent horror movie I've seen in quite a while. And I think it was not only from an acting standpoint, from a story standpoint, and actually the characters not being stupid. I mean, there was a couple times I'm like, okay, that was kind of, obvious, or whatever the case of it is, or like the daughter being too headstrong or not listening. That's just normal, again, in almost every other movie. But at the same time, it was easy to follow. And to me, it was a good story. So overall, I didn't have a lot of issues with this film. If you guys have seen this film, let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments down below. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Hopefully you'll enjoy. But either way, let me know what your thoughts are about it down in the comments if you guys have seen this film. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you as always on the very next one.